It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Demon Deacons will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will take the field first. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's King. That's caught. It's Taylor. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And they'll down this one at about the 40. So Wake Forest offense. Go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator who's coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Back to pass on second down. Finds the tight end. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Powers through the defender. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Finds his man in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Makes the grab. It's Vic. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Demon Deacons kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
And the Demon Deacons have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already had 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. There's the pressure. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but, man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards of field position. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the run, it's Haynes. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. To the air, it's King. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time, and obviously executed it.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. It'll be 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback moving. Trying to make magic with his feet. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on 3rd down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the 1st down.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 3rd down. They're working that left side. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. No more than that on the play.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. Here we go. To the air, it's King. Gets it to him on the screen. At the 20, he's got space. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this 1st period with a huge gain. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Looking to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Fayetteville behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Miami. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Demon Deacons will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance. You run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's Kane. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Grabbed behind the line, it's Rutherford. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Patterson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
And that is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chain. And the Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They want to run it left here. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, and the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow. The confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal. The rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Off play action. Looking for space to the left. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's King. Caught over the middle, it's Stockton. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
You know, as a defensive guy, you use the sideline as your 12th man. You push the receiver out that direction. Look at the wide receiver. He's still doing a great job of getting small and getting that foot in bounds, making the play, and catching the ball.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. The sweet feet buy a little time. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes a grab past the marker. And the Jackets get enough for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Dropping back, it's King. Buying some time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down and run. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can scramble around, buy some time, and then knowing exactly what I need to do to get that 1st down. You can call them whatever you want, but that was really smart.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
But how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Hernandez. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Vic. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Between the uprights, it's good. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Atlanta. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the 5th oldest venue in college football, Bobby Dodd Stadium.
The Yellow Jackets will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
It's a running room. Oh, and he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And you could just... feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mays. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
He'll pull it on the read. Oh, a lot of space. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Claiborne. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
On third down, going up top. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. Nestled just inside that right upright. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Wisconsin was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Camp Randall. In fact, I think in the end the difference may have been that Badgers crowd who heads for the gates with the win. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Looking for a man. It's King. Using the quick game. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. Third down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a third and long from the 27. Quarterback making checks. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Patterson. To come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Fourth down coming up.
And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that, and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him, and then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
Trying to seal the edge on the right. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He'll try to do it himself, and he'll slide after picking up the 1st down. The Demon Deacons are moving quickly down the field. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Mays. Oh, he's got some space. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And the Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That pass is incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really hard on this quarterback here in the 2nd half to throw any completions.
Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Let's go. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking downfield, it's King. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. With the catch, it's Lane. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Finds his man. It's Patterson. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
So important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
Nah, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football ball. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Claiborne. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets rid of it. Quickly to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking for space. It's Maddox. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw, it's King. Rushes on him. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Here we go.
He's looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Yeah, third and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
And the ball comes to rest right there.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the Gunners getting downfield and down that ball?
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, the running back has it. Finds some fresh air. Quick with the spin move. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
I love the run call here because this offense does not have to panic yet. Like, there's still plenty of time left in this football game. Stay patient. Stay true to who you are as a team. Get some first downs. Move the ball down the field. You can't get it all back in one play.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Demon Deacons in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. He'll get rid of it. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
To the air, it's Kane. That's caught. It's Rivers. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Might be calling a hot route. They want that clock to run. There he goes. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Yellow Jackets line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. They'll go right back to him. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And the offense is doing probably exactly what you want them to do. What do we need to do? We need to run clock. We got the lead. We're in a good situation to get points. Now, tick, 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 tick. The clock is...
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by one possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Going right to work up top. The sure hands, it's Hernandez. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. The Demon Deacons with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Got a man, it's Mays. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want it.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Wants to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. And the Demon Deacons will line it up on 1st and 10. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Mays. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Hernandez.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
Grab near the marker. It's Claiborne. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Hernandez. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got an open man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. To the air on 1st down. On the run, still looking. Touchdown, Wake Forest. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to give me a stop.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing it that ball would just trickle into the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Kane. Using his feet to buy time. And the pressure will get there. The sack. as that could be a costly play. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 7.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Demon Deacons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. And the Demon Deacons are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He gets it to the 38-yard line. Pick up a fresh set of downs. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this game.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And hey, who knows? Maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
it.